and we'll actually make sure we fill in a bit more so time. And so we're going to move on, and hopefully we're going to pull back about 10 minutes if we can. The next session is about recognition. This is something that we're very keen on at Fine Boroughs. And there's two parts to this. The one is Harry Blackman, and I'd just like to invite two people on stage, Eileen and Julie. Harry was a man that, for me, epitomised everything there was about involvement. And I suppose I wouldn't be here today, even working in the NHS, if it wasn't for volunteering with a charity locally in Warrington. So I know a little bit about sort of why people get involved and do things. It's just so interesting because Dennis tells me that the majority of people that he comes into contact with who get involved in the involvement scheme start from a complaint. It starts from something where people have not been happy with what the services they've received. They want to see change. And what we do in the involvement scheme and what we do in the trust, and I suppose the FT does the same with the council members' point, it's about providing people with opportunities to influence change. And that's what we do. Foundation Trust council members, very much the strategic, as I mentioned earlier, and the involvement scheme is very much operational. It gives a person, and I've actually heard this on umpteen occasions, a reason to get out of bed. It gives them a bit of structure in their life. But actually, most of all, it's about making a difference. And I think Harry Blackman did do that. Now, Harry was involved in a number of things before he died earlier this year. Policies, the Essence of Care audits, the Essence of Care scrutiny group, the PEAT audits, Patients Environment Access teams, the catering focus group, where I believe he never ate at home, Julie. I think he used to come and eat all your food. He did definitely put on weight, I know that. He was a regular attendant during User Care Forum and the Involvement Scheme Working Group, even when we started. And I have to say, I think Harry was probably a friend to everyone. Now, the two people behind me know a lot more about Harry from the sense of actually sort of going out there, because when you actually go out and have a pint with somebody, you learn a bit more about them, don't you? You don't normally do. And I suppose the one thing that I did learn about Harry, not around involvement, he was a great football fan. But not locally, not regionally. He was actually European. He used to jump on a plane and disappear over to Europe, watching sort of matches over there. But anyway, Harry was a true friend to the two people down, so I'll pass over to them.
Thank you. Up until a couple of minutes ago, we didn't know we had to do this, so I'm seldom stuck for words, as many people here know. So Eileen and I sort of talked about Harry on the way down. We were both very lucky to get to know Harry quite well. Certainly when I started in the trust 3 years ago, and by the way, I'm Julie Hughes, nurse consultant in infection control. Got quite closely involved with Harry, and I feel very lucky to have known him. I was looking for service involvement in infection control because I'd done a lot of that where I worked before in Aintree Hospital, and Harry was one of the first volunteers. One of the first volunteers to volunteer. Professionally, Harry has been a huge support to our team. He was dedicated, always on time, so thorough, dotted the I's, crossed the T's, very challenging to the Infection Control Committee, asking questions, wasn't he, Aaron? Excellent. And I loved going to do the in-and-out spot checks with Harry because he was always there before me, unless I was giving him a lift, and he'd be hurrying me along. And whenever we went, you always get a cup of tea, because Harry'd be there. It's always ladies, by the way. You'd always get a cup of tea from any lady in any borough, and we'd get a cup of tea as well, didn't we? So it was handy to say Harry on the audit. Personally, also he had a really good historical memory, as a lot of you will know. When we were lucky enough to be nominated for the Nursing Times Award, we went down to London for the day, and we only drove about a mile from the hotel to the Hilton, and Harry knew every single building. What he didn't know about Oliver Cromwell was nobody's business, and locally and when we went to London. He was also the night of the ward, I was so nervous, and when we did the presentation before the ward, my boss, some of you know Steve Hull, he wanted to practice, and we were getting nervous, and Harry said, Julie, what do you want me to say? I said, well, it's your award, a service use award, you say what you want. And I don't want to say exactly what you said at that award, but I'm still choked about some of the things he said, and I'm sure to Eileen as well, it was Harry that won us that award. And anyway, on the night of the award, after we'd won, we were shaking going up to the presented of the award, and there was loads of like insight leaflets. He'd already known, obviously, before the award we'd won, and they'd used our photographs from various things. And I just happened to just thought, oh, sure, there was some more left, or I could take it home to my mum in Wales, Scouse Welsh accent. And Harry disappeared the night, and at the end of the night, he got loads of the magazines back from the tapes and nails. He'd remembered. On a personal level, he was also very kind, and certainly Alan doesn't really want to say much at the moment. He's very kind, and also, as you know, he's a real fanatical, well, some of you may know, a real fanatical Real Madrid fan. We've got talking about football, I'm quite fanatical, I won't dare say which team I support here. But anyway, I happen to say my son was a fanatical Real Madrid fan. Months, maybe a year later, he came back from one of his many trips abroad and he bought him a pen from Real Madrid. It just things he'd remember. Anyway, I could go on and on. I have to say I'm stuck for words. But Harry was very important to all of us. He's a hard path to follow in the infection control team, although we've got a lot more new volunteers as well, so thank you.
So, it leads us to actually, we made a decision through the Joint Service User Carer Forum and the Involvement Scheme members. And after speaking to Harry's brother Peter, he felt it was actually quite fitting that we launched today, at this event, the Harry Blackman Memorial Trophy. And I can promise you, it might look small, but it's very heavy. It's actually a proper trophy, not these plastic things that cost £9 in the local market. So, what we will be doing over the next 12 months is we will be working with our leads, like Julie, like in the room today, Julie, and other people in the room, two Julies, and others, about sort of them nominating service users and carers who are making a difference through involvement. And this time next year, wherever we'd be, we will actually award the Harry Blackman Memorial Trophy for the outstanding contribution to involvement at 5 boroughs. So, get in there. Thank you. That moves on to actually the next part. Thank you. Thank you very much.